What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and let's get straight into things. So hopefully you've watched yesterday's video. If not, definitely go and check it out just so that you can see my expectations for the week. And I didn't mention this in yesterday's video, but I forgot to mention that we do have PPI and CPI this week, so we can expect quite a lot of volatility. Now you'll see that the past 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, there hasn't really been much movement at all. So I am expecting Wednesday to actually give us some more movement. What I do like, again, based off yesterday's video, I am expecting us to come down into this 50% level, which is from the 4 hour. It's also 50% off this range. So this fair value gap right here, if we look at the 50% level, that pretty much lines up with that. But when we drop down to the 4 hour, you'll see what I'm talking about more so. But basically, I'm just looking for price to now trade down into it. So I'm looking for more of a down close day moving into Wednesday. Like, I'm looking for more expansion that's going to allow price to run and try and fill this imbalance. One thing I do like the look of as well is Monday's low. Now, although we've taken out Monday's low on Tuesday, I'm looking for us to trade through it a lot more aggressively. As in, again, moving into Wednesday, I want to see us trade down through, like I want to see the candle close below it is basically what I'm saying. So let's mark out Monday's low. We'll just make this thicker and take note of that and then drop down into the 4 hour. Now, what's interesting about this is because what you'll find is that although some lows have been traded to, so we did trade through it here on Tuesday and we wicked through it on a 4 hour basis, I'm looking for price again to close below it on a 4 hour basis. So although we've wicked below it, these lows will still stay significant to price and we can use that as targeting. So that's why I'm keeping our eye set on that Monday low. And then this is that 50% level of this massive range that I was just speaking about. So it'll be nice to see if price can trade down into that moving into Wednesday. And then obviously there'll be lots of sell stops residing below that Tuesday low that was created today. So that's another reason I'm expecting price to drop, potentially create a low for the week on the Wednesday, and then moving into Thursday and Friday with, PPI and CPI. That's when we can start thinking about a potential reversal, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Don't get me wrong, this Friday high, I do still want to see that get taken, but I'm not too fussed about that being taken until later on in the week. So we'll still keep that marked out. And obviously you can see from how how much of a turn in price this is, especially after running stops like so. It's looking to me like price is probably going to run lower and moving into London session, run for that Tuesday low, and that's completely fine because like I said, that Monday low I do still have my eyes set on. So we will go to the 1 hour. You can see we're just consolidating still, but I am expecting that weakness that's going to help us drop a little bit lower to that 50% level, and any lower than that, I'll simply be looking at that weekly high that I drew our attention to in yesterday's video. So again, definitely go watch that video, but that's basically a breaker high. So I want to see if price can make its way down into that. It obviously doesn't have to trade and touch it necessarily, but I am happy to see price dip down into that kind of discount and with that kind of heavy movement. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on dollar. And then we will now check out GBP USD. We'll start here on the daily as well, and you'll see we've had an up close day on GBP. Now again, GBP is moving quite weak. However, I'm going to apply the same logic in that Monday high I do like the look of, especially the fact that we haven't actually taken it on GBP. So if you remember on dollar, we took out the same low, but GBP hasn't taken out that high. And then on Euro's taken out the Monday high. So the fact that GBP hasn't means that we may find that GBP might run for that and use it as quite an expansive day. So we might see more movement on GBP in that essence. Don't get me wrong, that Monday low is still significant. I am still expecting a down close week. It's just I'm not too fussed about that because I'm looking for some kind of high to get created. And to do that, we need that manipulation, that Judas swing when price trades in the opposing direction at the beginning of the week. So we're going to allow for that on Wednesday. This is an inversion fair value gap. Again, I spoke about that yesterday, so do check out that video. But nonetheless, if price manages to trade into that, we're expecting resistance there. Let's go to the 4 hour and you'll see how we're consolidating. And another reason that's making me think that price is going to make it into that Monday high is how price keeps stacking on itself. So we're seeing bullish order blocks be continuously respected. So you can see how we're staying within this fair value gap range. I did draw our attention to it yesterday, and yes, we did turn away from it, but you can see how price has managed to come back inside of it and we're still staying within it. So the fact that we're staying within it, closing within it, and you can see how we're pretty much respecting the low of it, the fact that that's happening is saying to me that there's a willingness to keep trading higher because it's supporting bullish price action. The bullish order blocks, the down close candles aren't getting disrespected, especially with regards to volume, which is most important. So again, that's what's going to allow me to run for some kind of high, and that's why I've got my eyes set on Monday's high specifically. There is a rejection block level up here, so we can keep an eye on that as well. And then let's go to the 1 hour, and you can see our price is failing to take out any lows. So you can see here we took out these lows but didn't take out that Monday low, and then here obviously we haven't taken out that Tuesday low. So we're seeing we're seeing continuous support and sponsorship. So I'm looking for that high to get ran, and then we could potentially fill this massive range up here. So yeah, let's go to the 15-minute. But you can see a lot of consolidation, very high resistance as well. Now, in yesterday's video, I was explaining that I did want to see price trade into this fair value gap and simply trade out of it. Now, although we traded into it, we didn't trade out of it with the kind of willingness or expansion which I needed for me to be comfortable with necessarily going short. So because of that, I'm expecting our price to trade on higher because it's hanging around. We don't like to see price hang around. When it does, it probably means that we're on the wrong side. So that is something to take into consideration. So that's pretty much everything on GBP USD. I hope that all makes sense. Again, I do suggest that you go watch yesterday's video for more context, but basically my point being is that because of how high resistance because of all this high resistance and how difficult price is in terms of moving away from the fair value gap, which I initially brought attention to, it's just not given to me. So it's like I said, it's likely we are going to run for some kind of buy or premium stop, and that in this case would be that Sunday high, and then try and fill this imbalance that we have up here. So we're going to finish up on Euro USD. You can start here on the daily as well, and what you'll find is that Euro's Monday has actually been taken, the high, just like on dollar. So again, that high still remains relevant, and it is hard to explain why, but there has been times in the market where I've looked at specific highs to get ran twice and traded through, and it's happened, and it's because it's still using and referring to it. And that's simply what I want to see happen on Wednesday as we move into that. So we do have a fair value gap still that's formed after Tuesday up here, so it'd be nice to see if price can trade up into that. Let's go to the 4 hour. And again, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing a willingness to trade higher because price is fade. Yes, it's running out stops on the, to an extent, but we're seeing prices gravitating higher, and it's going to keep doing this before it sends price the other direction, and that's what we need to allow for. Again, this is a daily fair value gap, so we're interested to see if price can fill that, and then moving into Thursday and Friday with PPI, CPI, etc., we can start thinking about potential reversals. But until then, I'm happy to see rallying, especially if we want to see a down close week. Let's take one quick look at the 1 hour. Again, lots of consolidation, and we didn't move away. Although we traded into where we expected, we didn't move away from it with aggression. We want to see aggression. We want to see displacement when price moves away from a price level, and we didn't get that. So it's likely we're going to keep rallying into that deeper, and it's just a matter of figuring out where. And at this point, we've got this nice daily fair value gap.